The new year brought big changes for the Boy Scouts of America. BSA now accepts openly gay scouts. The historic change turned up some potential complications, ranging from shower policies to whether scouts can march in gay pride parades. Joining me now is the executive director of Equality California, John O'Connor. He's an Eagle Scout and worked tirelessly to end the gay ban. John, it's great to talk to you.
Hi, good morning, Susan. It's great to be here.
How does it feel to finally see this policy change? What was the process when you began getting involved in this to where we are now? It must have been a long one for you.
Sure. For years and years, people have advocated that the Boy Scouts become more inclusive, and for years and years there was tremendous resistance. I myself, as an Eagle Scout, had to participate in scouting from the isolating closet of a gay teenager. I so admire the young people today who are willing to pursue that openly. And now with the change in policy, they'll be able to do that without fear of being thrown out and humiliated in front of their peers. They'll be able to fully participate, earn their merit badges, move up through the ranks of leadership, serve their community, and be able to pursue scouting just like every other young boy.
So what was the pushback that you found? What was the fear here? That they would somehow influence other people? What did you find the most pushback, if you will?
Well, you know, speculating about what people are afraid of is a difficult and dangerous thing to do. I think ultimately we're seeing the world change in some beautiful ways, and scouting is beginning to change as well. They're beginning to transform. They've taken what I would characterize as a half step. This is progress, but it's messy progress. And it's messy because while they now include young boys under the age of 18 in scouting, adults and family members, anybody over the age of 18 who happens to be gay is not allowed to participate. And it is teaching this new generation of young scouts to discriminate. It's teaching them that it's okay to treat this entire group of people differently.
I was going to ask you that, if that was teaching discrimination, and what feedback you have gotten from young scouts. Has anyone come forward and said, wow, you've really helped me with this, I'm allowed now to be myself? Absolutely.
There are a huge number of young people who are so relieved that they'll be able to participate openly, and there's young people who love scouting and are deeply involved in it who continue to wait for a full inclusive policy that would include adults, that would include family members who could participate in their ranks. I'll give you an example. I earned my Eagle Scout badge 2 weeks before my 18th birthday, and that's the deadline. You have to complete it by the time you're 18. If I were to do that this year, 2 weeks after earning my Eagle Scout badge, I would be told by the Boy Scouts, you are no longer welcome here. And that would be public and visible for all the young people who are participating in the troop as well. So it's just wrong. I applaud the Boy Scouts for their willingness to change, and I encourage them to go all the way.
You know, some families are now switching to a new conservative alternative called Trail Life USA, and others are still protesting this change, as I'm sure that you know. What do you say to them? What is the message that you want them to hear?
Well, you know, the world is changing. There's all sorts of places in our society where LGBT people are increasingly included. Advocacy in professional sports, young transgender people coming out and being embraced, included, and supported by their families and communities. Gay marriage, marriage equality, sweeping the nation. I think the wave of the future is increasingly that people will include people who are different than themselves rather than fear them, and rather than splinter off and do their own thing. But of course, this is a free country, and for those people who want to create their own organizations, they're welcome to do that.
All right, well said, John O'Connor. Thanks so much.
Oh, thank you.
And you can find out more about the new Boy Scout policy by going to our website, hlntv.com.